Hello, I'm Teresa, co-host of the Earrings Off podcast, and today Lou and I have our husbands on the show, y'all. We're discussing a recent detox slash cleanse, and I'm doing air quotes, journey we recently took together. First, I want to talk about that, the difference between detox and cleanse. I mean, we use those terms interchangeably, but there's actually a difference, right? To cleanse means to make something thoroughly clean, right? So that's ridding your body, removing all the junk out of your body, right? Now, detox means for a period of time to abstain from or rid the body of toxic or unhealthy substances. So that's the giving up of something, right? Abstaining from a certain type of food. And in this case, it was cooked food. For our journey, we used a product called Dherbs. Their website is dherbs.com. We did Dherbs 20-day full body cleanse. And it actually does both, right? It cleanses and it detoxifies the body by using herbs and abstention from processed and cooked foods. I want to say Dherbs is not a sponsor. We weren't paid. This is just us trying to stay physically and mentally healthy. This is a good one, y'all. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started. Well, today with us, we have some very special guests.
Special guest.
Lou and I have with us our husbands, Robert and Nashid.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Earrings Off, Robert and Nashid.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So thank you guys for joining us. We brought them on today because, Lou and I have been hinting about this thing that we were doing for the last 20 days. Well, we made it through. It was a full body cleanse and detox.
Yeah.
From Dherbs.com, right, Lou?
Yeah.
And with this cleanse, we couldn't eat any cooked food. So we are going to talk about that and how easy it was for us to get through this.
No, we won't really be talking about how easy it is. We will be talking about it. Teresa, do you want to share a little bit more other than, raw food? What else was it?
Okay, so it's a raw food cleanse. We could eat raw food, all the raw fruits, vegetables, and nuts that we wanted, right? And in addition, we had to take 6 different herbs during the day, right? So there were 6 herbs that we took during the day, each having a special function, right? Like supporting the adrenals, the thyroid, the liver, the colon. So all of those types of things. That to me, honestly, was the hardest part. The herbs. Yeah. So I want to go ahead and bring the husbands in, and I want you guys to tell us, starting with you, Nashid, what was the hardest part of the diet?
The raw food.
The raw food?
Raw food. I mean, no cooked food. We couldn't eat any cooked food. And the only thing we could have was all raw food, which, like I said, nuts and vegetables, and but they had a lot of different recipes, that you could make, but all with raw food, though. So that was the hardest part for me, just eating the raw food.
Okay, nice. What about you, Robert?
And water, you can drink all the water you want. So
Well, for me, it was just the first part, the first couple of days. But after that, no problems.
So tell us a little bit more about what you mean by the first couple of days. What
The adjustment period?
Okay.
That was
Mhm.
challenging, and the first day was particularly tough. My body didn't feel normal.
Right. What does that mean?
Well, I felt a little weak first day. I
Yeah.
wanted to snack. I snack a lot, so I wanted to snack, and I couldn't. And then I realized I can eat fruit.
Oh, yeah.
The second day, I realized I could eat fruit, so I started eating fruit the latter part of the day, and then my body started making the adjustments, with the fruit snacks.
Yeah, I don't want to get into an argument with my husband on this thing about his memory of not being able to eat fruit, because I had a whole watermelon cut up and we were eating watermelon that first day. That's right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like you didn't?
I wanted my snacks. I didn't want the fruit.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing. Lou, would you share a little bit about the hardest part for you?
The hardest part for me was giving up that sugar. I mean,
Okay.
that was hard for me. And out of the four of us, it's no secret, I was the worst one. That I had the biggest problems the first couple of days because I was detoxing. I mean, in a major way. I just think my body was like, oh my goodness, what is she doing? And that was hard for me. I had a headache, like Robert. I felt weak. I just did not feel good. And it wasn't the supplements, or it was that my body was really detoxing from that sugar. And I know that's what it was. That I expected it would be hard, but it was harder than I thought for me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the headaches was a thing for me too, Lou. I forgot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did it last for just a day or two?
Couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have any headache. I didn't get a headache. And for me, the hardest part was taking the herbs. I didn't like that at all. And the prep work for the keeping. I know that if you don't have prepared food, or you're not ready for your day and your meals, that's when you're going to reach for something that's not on there, right? And so I knew how important it was to keep vegetables and fruits readily available, so that it would be easy for us to eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So was there an easy part? And anybody can take that question. Was there anything easy about it for you? What did you like about it?
So the results. I mean,
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Oh my God! Like
talk about that a little bit, Nashid.
Yeah. The result that you get after fasting about 10 to 15 days. I mean, you feel like your whole body is clean. You feel like you're about 15, 20 years old. So
yeah.
That's how your body goes back to that state. Because you got all that toxin, all that poison out of your system. So all your organs and stuff that function and in balance, so that's the way you feel. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And still feel that way tonight. So,
yeah. I can agree. I can agree with that.
Really good fast, excellent fast.
Yeah, energy levels definitely.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Energy goes up. It went up for me. I like that part of it. And then you start looking like yourself again.
Yeah.
You can pretty much, you're more flexible. So I was able. You feel like you're able to do more. Your muscles in a different way without the aches and pains, and that was, for me, that was a big thing. So
do you think it was because of the weight loss that made it it's lighter on your joints, or do you just think it was the overall fast that made you feel good?
I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I would say toxins, and the joints, the pressure on the joints, the inflammation, I did have a slight nerve thing going on in my shoulder. That subsided a lot.
Oh, wow.
And so, and then when I went away, for my class reunion, people, noticed that, I was more vibrant, than a lot of the others. And someone told me that you looked like you were reborn.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right.
Yeah.
So you have a certain look about yourself once you.
Yeah.
Right. So folks can't see us right now, but I would say that we're all glowing right now. Like if you look at us, we're all glowing, and that's not a brag. It's just the truth, right? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing that was a good result of the cleanse.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I lost a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my pants on my waist right now, but
Yeah, you do lose. Yeah.
it's something that comes along with it.
So tell me about, were there any habits that you will keep as a result of this? Anything that you will continue that you started during the cleanse?
I'd like to keep some habits.
Okay, which
one?
I
like
like
to sound doubtful.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Well, I like to continue to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And I want to step away from the snacks, all the snacks I was eating before. So I think if I replace the snacks with the fruits and eat more salads.
Yeah.
Stay away from some of the other things I was eating. I think I'll be fine. And I'm going to try to do it as long as I can possibly do it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry about the snacks because I'm not buying anymore.
Okay, we don't want to get into that on the show.
Okay, go ahead, Lou. What about you?
Well, one thing I hope to keep, and I don't know if I will because it was such a struggle. My thing, of course, is sugar, and I consume a lot of it in just drinks. It's not that I, eat cakes and all that. It's that I like sweet drinks. I like lemonade. I like sweet tea and that kind of thing. And on this fast, I wasn't able to have any of that. And so we went off of the fast last Sunday. And since then, I've only had one glass of tea. I've only been drinking water, and I just want to keep that, but that's a hard one for me, but that's the one I'm working on. And during the fast, when we had all of these salads and, raw food, we weren't able to have, the salad dressings that I like. It was only olive oil. I mean, you could make salad dressings, but I went into a bit of I was rebelling. I didn't want any of the stuff, the recipes. I just wanted to get through the fast. And the easiest thing was for me to make a big salad and just put some olive oil on it. And it turns out I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So I hope I stick with that rather than drenching it in some of the dressings that I typically, use on my salad. So,
right. Yeah. I absolutely love to drench my salads in salad dressing, but it is salad dressing that I've made with vegetables, right?
Yeah.
But I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that, and I hope to keep that going. Nashid?
Yeah. Well, I noticed, fasting, first of all, it helps you to learn self-restraint so you can continue to doing things like stay away from sugar and sodas. I was drinking sodas, but I was drinking like ginger ale, even the little small cans of ginger ale, but that still had sugar in it,
Right.
So I stopped that during the fast, and I haven't gone back to that yet. So, and I noticed even before the fast, I was feeling sort of like my head was tight, like, and it was nothing but sugar, the sugar from those sodas that I was drinking, and the sweet that I was eating, but and I, like I say, during the fast, I noticed by getting all that sugar out of my system, I felt a lot better. So staying away from sugar. So.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So I embraced it and enjoyed eating the raw. And for me, it just hit me today. I just ended my fast today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I ate cooked food tonight, and it was good. And what I've decided to do is an 80-20. I'm going to do, at least for the summer months, I'm going to try to eat 80% raw and 20% cooked
Mhm.
at the end of the summer. I'm going to see if that'll work, if that'll stick.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We won't be judging you on that, though, but you had it, Teresa. And Robert, if you need some cooked food, you're always welcome over here.
I've been adding, like grilled chicken and tuna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that for a while. And
so, and the thing about Robert is whatever I cook, he'll eat. If it's raw, he'll eat it. If it's cooked,
I've come to the point where I'm not picky.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no buts. Okay, any final thoughts or any parting words about the fast that you want to share, either of you?
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Oh wow.
I think it's good for, I think everyone should do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do too.
It's just something that's going to rejuvenate you,
Right.
and it's gonna make you think about better habits of eating.
True.
And when you come up with different, types of, methods to cook or prepare food, you come up with those new ideas, and then you incorporate it into what you were doing before, and hopefully be more cognizant about what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
Right. Like who would have thought we could have a whole Mexican meal with no cooked food or meat? Like with the
very good.
Walnut mushroom meat taco, a taco meat. With a romaine boat with tomato salsa and guacamole.
Some good stuff. Yeah.
I had a lot of that.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
We had a lot of guacamole.
Yeah, we did.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Nashid? Any final words that you'd like?
I agree with Robert about fasting. And a matter of fact, I've been talking to a lot of people, my friends, about it, because they say, "What have you been doing?" So I'm telling them about the fast, and I've sent the link to a lot of them about, about the fast, about the full body cleanse fast. And so some of them say that they're going to do it. So, but I think like it's easier to do it with someone else,
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So trying to do it by yourself,
it's hard.
I would give up real quick. So,
yeah, that's a good point, because we did have support. We could chat with each other. How you doing? What are you doing? What are you eating? That made it better.
Yeah.
So.
Even like the first one we did. Well, first over three of us, me, Lou, and Robert, and we did it together.
Yeah.
And like they do have another one now, and they haven't finished finalizing all of the ingredients, but they got one now that it's like it's a mixture of raw and vegetarian fast, So
okay.
I mean, you can eat cooked food, but it's vegetarian only. It's no meat, nothing like that.
Okay.
But I think they said by the end of this year, the first of next year, they should come out with that one. So.
Okay. Very good. So what do you guys think? Do we want to start something here by inviting others to join us? And we want to commit to doing it every July and join us?
I think we get a lot of people to do that too.
Okay.
And I think, going back to Nashid's point, the fast, really, the discipline piece is so important, because that carries over to other things where you learn how important it is that you make conscious decision for your greater good. And that's what this was about. That's something I hope to make sure that I keep with me. Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the things I want to say, when I spoke to a couple of people about this, I'm careful, but I'm careful to call it a cleanse, not a fast.
Right.
When they think you're fasting, they think you're not eating.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
had to clear up. No, it's a cleanse, and we're eating plenty of foods.
Yeah.
You constantly, as far as I'm concerned, you're cleansing your body.
Yeah.
A little different than fat.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you eating, but you're not eating like you normally would eat, and you're not eating.
That's what you're
right.
You're fasting cooked food.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And you eat because if you was eating and you wasn't fasting, you would be losing weight.
Right. Yeah, most people, when I speak to them about a fast, they just assume
that you're not
eating.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, what Robert is talking about, of course, is that then people get a little resistant to that. It's like they don't want to hear about the benefits, or they can't hear about it. And really, it really is a reset for your body. And
but even that raw food, even you eating, but that just eating, if you usually eating cooked food and meat all the time, going to raw food, that's a big adjustment, So
yeah.
So there are very many people who don't even have vegetables.
That's right.
Well, and vegetables, and some people still won't eat a salad. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with us. We truly appreciate it.
We enjoyed it.
You have been our best guest yet, and we can say that.
That's right. That is right.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was really nice, Lou.
It was, and I'm gonna tell you, your idea about maybe this is something we can do at Earrings Off. We know our mission is to, work to provide whatever we can to improve the quality of our lives. And this could definitely be a big component of that. Something we do together, and it is easier when you have people going through it with you, because that then means you're not only making a commitment for yourself, but you're being held accountable to your team or your group or whatever it may be. Because Teresa, one thing I thought about, and Nashid and I were talking about yesterday, we think about when we get sick, what it does to us, individually when we're not well. But it's also impacting the people who love us.
Yes.
They're going through whatever. They may not have the physical ailments and feel what we feel, but they're in it with us. So on the other side, when we are trying to get healthier, we are doing that not only because we love ourselves, but we have love also for our family members, in that we're trying to do what we can so that we can stay healthy and they not have to be on a journey of sickness with us,
Right.
So that's what this was about. It was a reset. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I think for me, Lou, the motivation was in the fact that we were doing it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I couldn't come out like a punk,
Well, I didn't want to say it, but that's what I struggled with when I was so sick those first 2 days. And it was because my body, I'm sure, was so full of sugar and so toxic from, what I eat and put in it. And it was like my body was just, it was having a hard time with.
That's so amazing that the effects showed up that immediate, right?
I had no doubt they were going to show up that immediately when I go to when I start my morning with Starbucks, and it's full of sugar. And then I go from that to maybe something else that has sugar in it. But the main thing is I don't eat so much sugar, with my meal or something in the morning. But what is, like I said, in all honesty, is sweet drinks. That is my thing. And the sweeter, the better. And I knew that was going to be a challenge for me. So much so I noticed when you said something like, what I noticed was that when I started getting that sugar out of my system, the fruit could satisfy the need for sugar. I could have some cherries, or I could have some watermelon, and I'd be like, wow, this is good. That can be my evening snack, kind of. So that's what I noticed. But the sugar was a big thing for me. But that Dherbs, they offered some tips in their booklet. I thought it was a great fast because they were readily available. If you had questions. And one thing they said, well, if you're finding that you're getting sick, which I was the first 2 days, they said maybe pull back on the supplement. And they said some people think that it's the supplements, but really it's just your detoxing. And that's what I was doing. But I pulled back. Instead of 5 pills, I told you I cut it to 4. And that allowed me to get my legs back under me.
Yeah.
And right the ship a bit. I started feeling a little better. And then I went back to the regularly to the regular dosage, which is 5 supplements per sitting. And I felt after that, I did not feel bad one day, nothing. And I kept my normal routine. I was going to yoga, I was swimming, I went to Pilates, I was doing my thing, and I felt good. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is just awesome.
Yeah. So
I did notice too, I didn't mention this, but I slept much more sound. So I sleep sound anyway, but because I wear the Fitbit, it tells you how much deep sleep you're getting. So the time spent in deep sleep was much greater on the fast than it was prior to. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, when Nashid referenced, like, he felt his head was tighter when he would drink sugar and sodas, what I noticed was I did feel like calmer. And I think that was maybe the sugar. With all of the meditation and yoga I do, that I'm pretty calm anyway as a result of just some things I do. But I noticed it when I was coming off that sugar and not having the sugar. It's like, I felt more relaxed.
Wow.
I felt just a bit calmer. And I think it was that. And what I noticed too, coming off that sugar revs up your appetite. It makes you think you're hungry and you're not hungry.
I have read that before, but I didn't.
It is a real thing.
Yeah.
You think you're hungry. You feel like you're hungry.
Yeah.
And your stomach is telling you you're hungry. You're not. It's just you are revved up off that sugar. And when I didn't have that, I didn't feel hungry. And I started thinking, oh my goodness, I thought I was hungry. And it was the sugar.
Yeah. So for me, we had, I did a smoothie and I loaded it with fiber each morning. So I literally would have 2 meals a day, honestly. I would have that smoothie and my dinner. I didn't have to have anything else. I would have cut up fruit, especially when I went to work. I went into the office, I would take that with me because I didn't want to find myself hungry and in the cafeteria trying to get
right.
But when I discovered putting like the chia seeds in my smoothie, putting some dates, a couple of dates in my smoothie, I didn't feel hungry. Like, I could do that. It fills you up.
There were a lot of choices. And some things that, I mean, I've always eaten carrots, but because we were on the raw, I ate them a lot more. And I just now for a snack, I like chomping on a carrot. I just
Mm,
like it, you know, and
yeah,
something about it. So yeah. hmm
very
So
good. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad I did it with you and Nashid, or
yeah,
we did.
yeah. And folks, we pretty much fast. We do something. And Robert's right about the fast. We don't want to say anything that scares you away, but we do some type of cleanse, typically once a year. And that's something that we do to try to maintain and improve our health. But this one was a good one to do. 20 days. And the way I got through it before it started, I tried to get my mind right by saying, Lou, there are 365 days out of a year. If
Mhm.
I can't give up 20 days for my health, that's an issue.
Right.
That is a serious problem if I cannot deny myself for 20 days out of a year when I am talking about my health and my well-being. And so I just wrap my brain around that thought, and that's what, what carried me
Yeah.
throughout. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. So,
Right.
and I do feel, I feel so much better. I feel lighter. I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think we can end on that. That's pretty good, Lou.
Yeah. So, folks, listen out because we'll be talking about it, but it's the Dherbs cleanse, and we had absolutely no problem with it, and it's something you might want to check out. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks for joining us.
and remember, stay clean.
Take good care.